I'm Richard Stoyeck of StocksAtBottom.com. Let's talk about your credit. Credit is something that has taken on so much more importance today than it did 10 years ago, and it was more important 10 years ago than it was 10 years before that. You've got to stay on top of your credit because credit is almost like asking where you go to college. It's like asking what's your credit rating, and that's what it's becoming. People that go for job interviews today, companies are checking credit ratings. You go for automobile insurance. The auto insurers are checking your credit rating. As a matter of fact, if you don't have a certain level credit rating, the auto insurers will not insure you because they've done statistical studies showing that people above certain credit ratings have far less accidents than people that have lower credit ratings. So that's something for you to know about. And the credit rating, primarily it's determined by what's called a FICO score, which is put out by the Fair Isaac Corporation, which is a publicly held company that's been a wonderful stock investment, by the way, because with the increasing importance of credit ratings, companies that are involved in credit ratings continue to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. Companies like Experian have their own credit ratings, TransUnion has its own credit rating, and so forth. You've got to be aware of this. There are three major credit rating agencies on a personal level. You should have your scores. Once a year, you're entitled, the federal government has passed a law, God bless the Congress, they passed a law that allows you to get your credit ratings from each of the three major credit bureaus once a year for free. So if you do this, if you take advantage of it, just keep those reports on the side, know when the year is up, and get your credit ratings again. At the same time that you get your credit ratings, which is your credit report, which can be as much as a 30, 40-page report showing you every vendor you've ever gotten credit for the last 10 years and whether or not you've paid everything on time on a monthly basis and so forth. It's very important to manage your credit. Usually, if you do take a look at that credit report and so forth, you will find errors. You want to correct them immediately. And you don't want to wait until you're going to get a mortgage or a car or doing some kind of major credit event to start correcting that credit report. That's the wrong time because this process can take more than a month. It can take several months because as they correct it, you may still find errors. You may have to go back and re-correct it and so forth. So you want to stay on top of this the way you want to stay on top of your physical health in terms of going to doctors and knowing what your blood pressure is and so forth. That's how you begin the process of managing your credit. So at the very least, you should know what your credit score is right now. You should know what it says on your credit report right now. You should know if there are errors on your credit report right now because you've got to manage your credit. The difference between managing and not managing could be on a mortgage, the difference between paying $7,000 a month for a mortgage and interest or paying $5,000 a month or paying $2,000 a month versus paying $1,400 a month on a mortgage. On a car, it could be the difference between paying $450 a month for something versus $500 or $600 per month for the same car, simply because you don't have good credit. So stay on top of this and know that it takes 7 years basically to clean up credit. If you got something bad on there that goes on there today that's negative, it takes 7 years basically to clean it up. So for 7 years, this is going to haunt you. So who needs to be haunted by this stuff? Stay on top of your credit, pay your bills on time, build a fabulous credit rating, and use credit only when you need it. This is going to be very helpful to you having a wonderful life. Good luck to you. Take a look at StocksAtBottom.com because we've got all kinds of stories that you want to read about in terms of investing and understanding investments. Thank you and have a great day.